Hey, Aquarius, welcome to 2024 January. And it's going to be an amazing month full of positive developments, especially around stabilizing or increasing your money stories, and some really good developments around property, home, and real estate, and maybe some opportunities for some luscious travel or some really good bed pleasures. So, welcome. If you're new to my channel, my name is Lori Lothy, and I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac whole sign houses, fixed stars, and minor asteroids today. Also, I encourage you to listen for your sun sign and moon sign, sure, because sun can be about purpose and career, and moon can be home and mother and the body. But the rising sign is often most accurate. So listen to that for sure if you know your rising sign. And also, a short promotion before we get into the details of the month ahead is that I'm sharing with you the opportunity to purchase my 2023 All Signs Bundle, 24 All Signs Bundle, predictions for all of 2024 for your sign, 75 to 90 minutes for each video. If you want to buy the bundle, you can listen for Sun, Moon, and Rising or share with friends and family as a stocking stuffer or New Year's gift. And that is available for only $59 until the end of the month of January. It helps me buy my mic and get my assistants and people I need for social media help, helps me grow my business, including buying laptops and stuff when each one fails one after the other. And if you want to help my channel grow and get that content, this is a sale price that won't be back again. In February, it goes to $77. You can just buy your one a la carte sign as well. It's down below. So check it out. Thanks. So let's talk about this story. First big news is I'm one of you. I'm an Aquarius rising, and Jupiter is moving direct. And this is so good for our home life. Jupiter has been retrograding since September, but on the last day of December, around the 30th, he moves direct. And then he's plowing forward until the third week of May. And this gives all of us Aquarius some really positive developments around wealth or prosperity, joy and enjoyment, bounty, expansion, growth, and luck in the fourth house of home and property and real estate, domestic, private life, and anything we do in the home as well. So it's a wholesome enjoyment. But often when Jupiter's here, bigger home, expansive home, luck with your home. So this kind of thing is going to really feel good for us. And we're going to feel more of it because now he's moving direct. And you might have felt there's kind of pause or stall or lull in the fourth house matters. I mean, it depends on what you're doing in the fourth house. Like I teach from my fourth house. I do YouTube content from my fourth house of home. And so I would say that in September, my channel growth slowed down a little bit, from my new, I used to get 3,000 subs a month and now I'm getting 2,000 since September. There was an algorithmic change, but things can be now going forward again to do prosperity and bounty and expansion and goodness and luck from things you do in and from your home, from how you live your private life and home, and even down to buying and purchasing, selling and expanding or winning or having luck with real estate and property matters, including rentals. And then the second thing I want to mention is this. We have some really bounteous activity with two mini grand trines bringing up blessings in the month of January. We're going to break it down chronologically from the beginning of the month to the end now, and those two grand trines are coming up for review. So first of all, one of the difficult parts of the sky that I want to talk about is the Saturn-Venus square. Now, Venus-Saturn square energy is something that's all about love is hard, money is hard. But it's Venus moving through. This is around New Year's Eve. Okay, so it's like December 31st, January 1st, maybe January 2nd, Venus is moving through your 11th house of social groups of belonging, elder siblings, friends as allies, social events you can attend, going, having fun, doing fun things, groups of belonging, career gains, right? Financial gains from your career and your dreams and wishes. But anyways, Venus is up there. She's very adventurous and feisty and wants to have fun. Girls just want to have fun. Venus in Sagittarius just wants to have fun up in the top of your sky, maybe wants to go to parties, wants to socialize, wants to spend time with friends, wants to gin up some really good career gains and make some more money. And then she bumps into a roadblock with Saturn in the earnings house, okay? Or the things you eat and ingest, So like, for instance, if you're going to plan to, dry Jan or dry December and not have any alcohol, I mean, Venus is having a party in the social house of your 11th and Saturn is trying to get you to be more sober about the food you eat or what you put in your mouth. So there could be a conflict here, some tension in the sky around New Year's Eve and the day after. I mean, it could be a come to Jesus sobriety moment for some people, but also Saturn in the 11th house could be some kind of tension with an elder sibling or a friend or an ally that kind of busts through the enjoyment and difficult conversations, hard conversations with those people around New Year's Eve. And so just be cautious around that. It's a short transit. It does not last. Or it could be a lull in your earnings and finances around that time, but who's working anyway? So this too shall pass. And then we move into the next big story, which is Mars will flow to Jupiter in Taurus. Mars in Capricorn flows to Jupiter in Taurus. Well, they both sextile Saturn. It's called a mini grand trine. When does this happen? It happens on the 8th to the 15th, and it means this for you. Jupiter is expanding your home, giving you luck in property, real estate, enjoyment, all the good things I mentioned, right? And legacy wealth. You could inherit money with this transit, yes, from your family of origin, for sure. Possibly in your case, even it could involve money that could come from, spousal relationships or something. But nonetheless, Jupiter's moving through that fourth house, and you end up in this window of the 8th to the 15th of January, Mars beginning to form a flow to that Jupiter from the 12th. And that 12th house is all about revenue you generate from foreign countries and foreign shores, easy in our modern day, borderless income, PayPal, Stripe, travel opportunities to foreign countries or from foreign shores, things to do with passionate backroom deals and negotiations and executive powerful command in how those deals and negotiations may play out for you. And Mars is busy cutting away any bad habits and addictions that hold you back. Okay, that's what he's doing in Capricorn when this 8th to the 15th comes through. But it's also because Mars is rising. He's going to become visible in your 12th house around the 11th of January and in around 5 degrees of Capricorn and begin a story that lasts for 2 years. You haven't seen it since 1977. January, add 2 years, 77 to 79. If you want to remember, what were you doing then? Were you traveling to foreign shores and lands? Yes, I made my first trip to Mexico City, to Mexico out of Canada when I was a teenager. That was my first foreign travel. So you might find that you're going to do a lot of travel to far off foreign shores. Yes, between January of this year, add 2 years. But this rising visible Mars is involved with lucky Jupiter in your fourth house. And it can be great opportunities to move to a foreign country, great opportunities that bring bounty and luck from foreigners and foreign shores, great success in increasing your financial wealth through from foreign revenue sources, as well as improving and expanding your home as a result. And you see some of this flow glow around the 8th to the 15th of the month. At the very same time, they both talk to good old Saturn in your earnings house. Saturn is our ally. We're Aquarius. He's our guy, and he's in the earnings and money house. And he's going to say to us, as he has been since last March, till February of 2026, let's stabilize your finances. Let's give you reliable, consistent, productive earnings. Let's be sober-minded and realistic and cautious about spending. Let's reserve and conserve our resources and our material assets. And so as he's doing this to us in our second house with his sagacity, there's going to be a mini grand trine that elevates that story. So it's going to be good for your money, it's going to be good for your home life, and it's going to be good for even international or foreign shore travel opportunities, for example. So look forward to that story on the 8th to the 15th of the month. Well, as we keep going into the narrative, we begin to see a conjunction between Pluto and the Sun at 29 degrees of Capricorn, ending a cycle that began of these conjunctions in 2008. Basically, it's the last hurrah, the grand finale, as Pluto and the Sun, well, it isn't really the grand finale. Oh, it is, of the Sun. Pluto will be here again next fall, but not with the Sun. So the Sun-Pluto conjunction grand finale is something like a completion of a longer process of aligning your purpose with your spirituality that started back in 2008, also aligning your soul, Sun, with the causes of the underdog, being helpful to those in need, things to do with deleting and get rid of your sabotaging, self-defeating habits, and also spiritual enlightenment. And those stories have been plugging through your sky since 2008. And every time the Sun and Pluto came together, they reinforced it. And this is the last hurrah on that story at 29 degrees. And again, because it's a foreign shore house, there may be something to do with purpose and career and foreign countries and foreign lands coming to your attention around the 20th and the 21st of the month. It's a little turbulent, it's anoretic, but it's also completion and mastery. So let's see what that leads to. As you move forward, there's a Jupiter sextile Saturn that's not quite happening. It's close, but not quite, good, but not great. Okay. And that's just to say it's a loosey-goosey not quite precise connection between Jupiter in the house of real estate and Saturn in the fourth house of earnings and home. Possibly it could be something like you're trying to curb your appetite for wine at home. The wine never went away, and you're almost getting there, but you're moderating, you're not quitting, for example, or you're trying to do some kind of financial structuring and stability in your earnings from things you're doing in your home, and it's not quite gelling yet. Or maybe, I don't know, look to the 24th of the month through to early February to have this kind of not quite successful in fourth and second house matters, not quite combining to your greatest satisfaction. Okay, just know that. A lot of astrologers are saying it is a sextile. I think because it doesn't perfect, it's a sextile, but it's not perfect. So it's not perfect, you know? As we move forward, we will see Mercury, a hard aspect. It's challenging. Mercury conjunct Mars on the 25th to the 28th, while squaring the nodes of fate in Libra and in Aries. So ho, ho, ho. Let's delineate this one for all of us. And, you know, when Mars is rising in your 12th house, of course, it could lead to 2 years of success to do with foreigners. But this is a tense moment to ideas, communication, messages, maybe contracts, email, phone calls, or powerful dream coming through 25th to the 28th, a night dream. And Mars is ambitious, passionate, driven, chutzpah, wants to do something, like wants to really go for something. And it's squaring the north node in the house of short distance travel and neighborhood and neighbors. And it's squaring the south node in the house of far off shores and foreign places. And both the 9 and the 3rd can be axes of education. 9 and 3rd can be axis of travel. So educational and travel tensions can be critically crunchy for you around this tension on the 25th to the 28th. Then it gets a little bit smoother, or something surprising happens around the 28th to the 30th, as then Mercury moves a little more further into Capricorn and flows to Uranus at 19 degrees of Taurus in your 4th house. A very exciting surprise could be connected to chunky money, taking possession of a chunk of money, or money luck, because Mercury rules both your 5th house of money luck and your 8th house of give me that chunky money. So I don't know, you could win some money, but it's some kind of positive money surprise. And it's going to take that tension you felt around things to do with your travel and your neighbors in your neighborhood and whatever that was, that icky tension that you were feeling going on the 25th to the 28th. Then it has this kind of silver lining 28th to the 30th. We'll see if it's a similar story or the two separate narratives. I'm not entirely sure. Then we go into the story of Venus forming the second mini grand trine in the month of January, because she takes cue from where Mars started to form the trine to Jupiter and the sextile to Saturn between the 8th and the 15th of January. And along comes Venus and says, I need to finish this story up. Mars just got started. Let me polish this thing. Let me add a ribbon on top, a bow on top. And when she does that, she does this mini grand trine from Capricorn on the 27th to the 29th of the month, just like Mars did. Same themes, but now Venus is the one taking care of it. So it's very strong to consider this, right? We have a very exalted Mars creating this positive flow, property, home, land, real estate, home life, legacy wealth. Earlier on, like the 8th to the 15th, and Venus comes in and ties up the loose ends. And the dates again are the 27th to the 28th. Now, Venus in Capricorn is very refined, very sophisticated, very Saturnian. Nothing is too extreme. She could be capitalizing on some kind of property, real estate opportunity for you, but also it may have something to do with the opportunity for a trip to plan or take it to a foreign country from your home, or to really stabilize a new level of financial success through borderless income or revenue generated from far off shores and different countries in the world, or from foreign entities. And that is going to increase as well in a very positive and very beautiful way for you around the end of the month. Again, the 27th to the 29th is going to look very positive in any of these areas. And then we move into the chronology of the Venus-Mercury story with a super tight sweet spot I really want you to get, okay? Where there's a real lusciousness in our sky. I already mentioned Jupiter's direct, right? That's yay us, and that Pluto moves into Aquarius. Oh, if I didn't say that, Did I? Pluto moves into our sign, Aquarius, on the 21st, 22nd of the month, depending on where you live. And that's going to basically bring you into contact with a revolutionary sense of who you are, a death and rebirth of the, old to the new, phoenix rising, snake sheds its skin, caterpillar becomes a butterfly. Those are themes for all Aquariuses through to 2044. And, go back to how you were feeling those themes in your identity, of course, last March. That would be like March 23rd to June 11th. You had a foretaste or a flavor of that power, an expansion and like Plutonian essence of you becoming very authentically powerful. At the same time, if you are an Aquarius sun, moon, and rising between 0 and 5 degrees, you feel it more. Moon is about your home and your body. Sun is about career and purpose, and a rising sign, everything about you. Those earlier degree Capricorn, Aquariuses are feeling it more intensely. And as the years go on towards 2024, all the other Aquarians begin to feel this Pluto story. All right. So keep that in mind. Pluto will dip back into Capricorn and leave you alone next September, October, November, and give you a bit of a break. Okay. And all this power up energy and take you back to the foreign shores, foreign land story and the spiritual enlightenment of your Moksha 11th, 12th house next fall. Some of you probably are going to go off to a foreign place next September, October, November to finalize a story of authentic power, purpose, and soul. But anyway, keep that in mind. And then I want to mention a little bit about Mercury moving direct on January 2nd at 22 degrees of Sagittarius. He's been retrograding there for 3 weeks as the Christmas season unfolded or the holiday season unfolded. And now he's moving forward in your 11th house of good spirit. And this can bring you positive financial monies from your career, greater success, raises, promotions maybe, or negotiating those for yourself or others helping you negotiate them. Good conversations and more sociability with people you enjoy spending time with, your friends and allies, your groups of belonging. That's all going to be picking up January 2nd, right? Add, what? Till the 13th. And then he leaves for Capricorn and moves into your 12th house. And it's about backroom deals and negotiations for things to do with, anything. In your case, home, property, land, real estate, money, earnings, and income. But as he moves through your 12th house too, great for getting those downloads from your dreams and listening and doing some dream journaling or meditation or trance states to get divine messages downloaded to you. Again, he'll be in Capricorn or opportunities for foreign travel. He'll be, especially with an exalted Mars, he'll be there from January the 13th through February 4th. Now tune into this one. This is where it gets good. Venus is going to also enter into the sign of Sagittarius between December 29th and January 23rd. And that means that Venus is with Mars, a direct Mars, between January 2nd and the 13th. And with Venus co-present there, it is a very lucky time for you. And it's really about getting a raise or a promotion, but it can even bring in some money luck as well. It's also going to make your social life quite exquisite between January 2nd and January 13th, where you're just having a lot of fun. And then enjoying friends, enjoying friendships, enjoying your life. And then on January the 13th, as Mercury has moved into your 12th house, Capricorn 12th house, Venus catches up with him on January 23rd. Therefore, from January 23rd to February the 4th, both Venus and Mercury are in your 12th house, and that is extremely good for sexual and bed pleasures and fun trips to foreign countries, and definitely enhancing your revenue and generating money from borderless revenue, income from foreign shores and foreign lands. This is where everything gets easier in that regard. Certainly with Venus in your 12th house, though, women from foreign places can come back to be emailing, phone calling, or getting in touch with you with the Mercury co-presence with Venus. And this is a spiritual house about awakening, but it flows, Venus and Mercury flow to the 4th house of property, home, and real estate. And it can indicate something going on, therefore, between January 23rd and February 4th with some serious luck around property, home, land, and real estate matters, and maybe even connected to things to do with money luck, like winning or something like that. Now, the last thing I'd say to you is if you are wanting to investigate my Patreon community, because I'm going to finish up the month ahead's done. I have a Patreon community and I hope you'll try joining me because for only $5 a month, you can get the lowest tier access. And we have at least one Zoom meeting a month for that tier, and higher tiers get more meetings with me, different calls, teachings, horary groups, and stuff like that. But I have a promotion called an ethical bribe. And if you get a wind of this video where I'm promoting it, by the end of until the end of January, if you want to try me out, and you can always leave after $5 investment, you're going to get 3 of my classes valued at $99. 2 of them I've already taught: Chiron, the key to purpose, and Are You My Person, synastry relationship class. And then I'm teaching another class on Chiron life cycles in the end of January. You can attend live, or if you miss it, you can just get the replay. Again, that'll give you $99 worth of content, course content that is for sale for free for giving me a try. If you don't like it, you can leave. So that's my ethical bribe. Come check me out, Aquarius, and I'm wishing you the best in 2024, January.